Hola amigos, bien o no, y saludos desde Inglaterra. Otro día un poco largo hoy, pero no, contento. Um, un tema de hoy, en verdad, no especialmente, pero quiero hablar un poco más con el tipo de pensamiento en cómo hoy yo buscar para utilizar poco de mi español para continuar el contacto y no perder como dice, el ritmo con la lengua. Ese es el tema de hoy. So, hello again from England. Another long day for me, but all going well. So, I don't really have a theme properly today, honestly, but I was thinking about this just now before I make the video, what to talk about. Really, I think, again, it's when you're in this type of situation where you're under very strong time pressure, you don't have a lot of extra time to yourself. Really puts you a bit on your own resources in terms of how imaginative you can be to solve that kind of problem. A bit like Robinson Crusoe, stuck on his island. Unfortunately, I don't have Friday's help, so I had to think up the whole thing. But you get the idea. Generally, it's where in your day can you use in some way the language you're studying. Now in my case, some parts of my job are kind of a repetitive type of task. So once that task is understood, you can just go ahead and complete it. But so for me, I can, even if it's only mentally, I can mentally rehearse in Spanish to make sure I practice the language, aspects of what I'm doing. So just looking at that, if you sit down and describe even one of the tasks you perform generally during your day-to-day, see how much detail you can use with the language you have to describe that task. Small things like that. Describe your surroundings. This kind of thing. Now you don't necessarily have to, in this case, speak out loud. You can rehearse it mentally. But it's another way of using some of that time when you're doing the job, you know what you're doing, so you don't have to have a discussion about that, but you can in your mind at least rehearse how you would describe that in the new language. Try that, because you can take that as detailed as you like depending on your level of vocabulary or your level of competence with the language. So that's an interesting thing to try, because probably you won't have that nice hour or two spare at the end of the day to go back, hit the books, bit of practice, this kind of thing. So you have to be a bit resourceful about what time in your day you can use to practice at some level. And even if that's not possible, like we said yesterday, try and keep contact with the language. Listen to something, even if it's just when you're commuting to work. But failing that, try and be descriptive. How do you describe what you do? How much detail can you give? That's the challenge for tomorrow. But for now, we'll say cheerio.